a game feature that every platformer needs. So I have a platformer where jumping is one of the main primary mechanics, and this means I need to feel as good as possible, and that's where input buffering comes in. Basically, input buffering is the feature that allows the players to jump before they hit the floor, and in return, it makes jumping feel a lot more forgiving. But my previous system was flawed, and it made expanding my input buffering to other keys really difficult. To not bore you with the dread of debugging, the issue with my previous system was that I had to manually code the function of input buffering to each key, which was really unrealistic. So I opted to create a more sophisticated system, which is shown here. In summary, it first takes the player's held input and stores it. Then we check to see if this key is inside a global input buffer array that we created someplace else, like a manager or something. Then, if this key is held and also not inside the array, we add this key alongside a timer with it for input buffering. Otherwise, if it's already inside, then we are just going to increase the input buffering timer of that specific key all the way until it reaches its desired max. Once a player lets go of this key, you're going to remove this desired key out of the global list of input keys. Then, we store this information. Now this function can return two things, a hold and a press. The hold is straightforward. We basically just return the held key variable. And the press is a little bit more complicated, and check to see if this key exists inside the global array variable. If it does, then we're going to return whether or not the timer for that specific key is less than the max input. Otherwise, if it doesn't exist, it will just return false. And if you go frame by frame on this system, we can see that it works really well. Another benefit to this approach is that the input is really readable. As you create it, simply put it in a variable with this function and enter the desired key. And just like that, we created